My name is Craig. I'm here on the street with Fies. We're going to find out what people think of this new American Pope. What changes would you think the Pope would make if he was Irish?
He's gorgeous.
Well, his grandmother is Irish. She's from Cork.
He looks gorgeous.
And he's 68, he's young.
Yeah.
Very
young.
Yeah. 68 is young.
Yeah, well, it is for what
he is
has
young
gone in
for what
before
they actually all do.
I'm 66,
Yeah.
68 is young.
his
So,
grandmother's
but do you think an American Pope would introduce hot dogs into Mass?
Well, he
No,
wanted
seriously.
to introduce. If it's a pity the priest couldn't get married,
Right.
and if the priest got married, then it'd be a different thing.
So do you think an American Pope will change that and get married?
No, he'd probably end up gay.
Have to legalise.
Trump talked to Pope Francis before he died.
Yeah.
I think Trump has something got to do with that.
You think Trump killed Pope Francis?
We have a beautiful person in the Vatican, and we have the Antichrist in America. That's what we have.
That's what we do have. We have the Antichrist in America. Okay, so the new Pope is American. If the next Pope was Irish, what do you think he'd do?
So every day he would definitely have everyone drink Guinness and Jameson. If he was Irish, Guinness and Jameson every morning. You wake up, Guinness and Jameson every morning. I'm a big Jameson fan myself, so
Okay, so do you think we get rid of wine at Mass and start drinking Guinness?
yeah, definitely. Replace the wine with Guinness.
Okay, so instead of the crackers, what would we eat at Mass?
Well, with see, the new Pope is American, so we would do a bacon, egg, and cheese. Definitely a bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning. For supper, you have a lot. You could do a hamburger, a cheeseburger, the dirty burger.
Well, hold on, there is no supper at Mass. There's only red wine, the blood of Christ, and then there's the body of Christ. So what would we change those things as American?
Hot Cheetos and Takis.
Hot Cheetos at Mass.
Yes.
And so if the Pope was Irish, what would he change those to?
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie, you're here to hear first. Shepherd's pie at Sunday Mass, guys. If the new Pope was Irish, what changes do you think he'd make?
Maybe every Monday morning a Guinness.
There you go. Guinness every Monday.
Every Monday Guinness.
Than's guys. Changes you think
Would
he'd
he
make?
change? Well, you wouldn't change the wine to Guinness to be consecrated, all right? That's, I mean, the bread and the wine are standard, okay? So that can't be changed. I understand he's not for the ordination of women, so I don't think that change is forthcoming. There's some people that think, oh, women, why couldn't they be priests? Well, if there was ever a woman that should have been a priest, it would have been his mother. Jesus would have ordained his mother. So anyway, I don't think women should be worried about whether they can be priests or not. That's one thing he will not change. He's kind of made that clear already.
Okay, so there you have it. Jesus hates women.
No. God bless you.
God bless you, sir.
See
Have
ya.
a good day. What changes do you think a Pope would make if he was Irish to Mass?
If the Pope was Irish, why do you ask that?
Just for fun.
Would probably be better, yeah.
Do you think an Irish Pope would be better than an American Pope?
Geographically speaking, probably yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and historically yes as well. Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Did you think an Irish Pope would be drunk all the time?
Probably.
Yes?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you think there would be no red wine left and he would drink whiskey?
That is right.
All right, thanks for your time, man. Have a good day.
Problem, guys. Likewise.
Was he have a skull?
Right, I'm here with Cal Pacino. So the new Pope is American. What changes to Mass do you think an Irish Pope would make?
What changes to Mass would an Irish Pope make? I think an Irish Pope would probably make it. Like, Irish Pope would make it a lot more kind of interesting, a lot more scary. We have that kind of Catholic shame and that kind of Catholic guilt that if you had that in Mass, there'd be a lot less sinning. You know what I mean? Like some American Pope coming in here telling me not to sin, I don't buy it. Like I'm going to sin. You know what I mean? I'm going to sin.
So you think an Irish Pope would bring diddling mandatory?
Oh, I don't even know what I meant to say about that. Like I didn't think we were going there. But yeah, like for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really trust any of them. You know what I mean?
You can't.
I say abolish the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in place of what though? Because I mean, we can't just put in a load of water slides there. There's got to be some sort of place of worship. Are we gonna
water slides at Mass? You say? Now that's interesting.
Well, I was thinking in the Vatican, like.
In the Vatican?
Yeah, I was thinking of converting the Vatican, like, but
it could just be a museum. But you think it'd just be a water slide full of diddling priests?
kind of holy water slide, you know what I
A
mean?
holy water
you're
slide.
flying down the thing, you're getting blessed as you go. Hopefully not getting diddled. Like, the less diddling, the better. Keep diddling to an all-time minimum should be the goal.
Keep
like,
diddling to an all-time minimum is what this man says.
that should be the goal. Like, if possible, no diddling. If attainable.
If possible, no diddling. What
But
about one?
If there has to be some, yeah, like, you know, just
If there has to be some. Okay, one diddle.
one diddle per US Pope.
Do you think that priests should be diddled to become priests?
I feel like they already definitely were, otherwise they never would have become priests.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a, like, you kind of plant your seed to become what you are.
Yeah, it's like a chicken and the egg, like, you know what I mean? You get diddled, you become a priest, you go diddling, it goes on like that, you know what I mean?
That's exactly what we're here to
Continues
find out on
in
the
that
streets.
fashion, but like,
Diddling goes from the top down, guys.
yeah. Where's the comedy club?
It's in Paddock Kearney's on Dame Street. Seven
unreal.
nights a week, man.
Savage.
Yeah.
That in here. Sound, boys?
Have a good day, my man. All the best.
Yeah, on the balls, man. Yes.
The new Pope is American. What type of changes to Mass do you think an Irish Pope would make?
Oh, Guinness and haggis.
Guinness and haggis.
Boy, haggis, is that Scottish?
It's Scottish.
Still, Guinness and haggis.
Guinness and haggis. All right, we're getting a mix of cultures here.
Yep.
And do you think if the next Pope was Irish, he'd make diddling mandatory?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, you have to diddle the small ones.
Yeah, diddle the small ones, and you think to become a priest you'd have to get diddled?
I would say so. That is part of Christianity.
There you have it. This guy likes diddling.
I am a diddler.
Cut that bit out.
Do not diddle, kids. It's no good diddling, kids.
Ask him, how do you smuggle drugs in your arse?
What is up to anyway?
Just shooting interviews with a comedian, just messing around.
Ah, come on.
Yeah?
You're on TikTok or YouTube?
Everything. You've got to put it anywhere to try to get any eyes on you these days. So the new Pope is American, guys, right? If the next Pope was Irish, what changes do you think he'd make to the church?
I think he'd make Guinness like the go-to drink. So only Guinness on Christmas.
Only Guinness on Christmas. Nice. Do you think instead of red wine and crackers, it would be Guinness and maybe
Tato, yeah.
And Tato? This man knows his crisps. Okay, there you have it. And do you think if the Pope became Irish, do you think diddling would be mandatory?
I don't know what that is. Diddling?
Diddling?
I don't know what that is.
Do you diddle, sir?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know what diddling is?
No.
Thanks for your time, guys. Enjoy your day. Fast food at Sunday Mass, Guinness, haggis. You've heard it here on the streets. The new Pope is American. What type of changes to Sunday Mass do you think an Irish Pope would make?
I have no idea. I'll be honest with you. I don't know anything about Catholic.
Right. Currently, we're drinking red wine and eating crackers.
Yep.
What changes would an Irish Pope make to that?
Guinness and fish and chips.
Guinness and fish and chips on a Sunday.
No, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not qualified enough to talk about. I don't know, my friend.
Neither am I, but we're going to ask you questions anyway. So, if the Pope became Irish, do you think diddling would be mandatory for all priests?
Diddling?
Diddling.
What the hell's that?
A nonsense.
Nonsense?
Yeah.
Or kiddie fiddling?
Yeah.
Well, I don't agree with that, but I don't know. I have no idea. You guys are
It's a huge history in the Irish. Thanks for your time, buddy. Enjoy your day. The new Pope is American. Do you think at Sunday Mass he'll get out crackers and put in hot dogs?
As long as he don't put the wrong shit on us. See, now I'm from Chicago, so don't go talking about our hot dogs and foods.
Okay.
You found a Chicagoan. So.
Okay, nice. So would you like to see a hot dog at Sunday Mass?
No, I prefer to see like a Polish or like maybe an Italian sausage.
Nice. Okay, now we're talking. And what would you change the red wine to?
I mean, vodka for me, but most black people like Hennessy. But also, it's Catholic church, so maybe just give them some red wine.
Okay, that's cool too. So if the next Pope was Irish, what changes do you think he'd make?
Guinness probably, like chips instead of saltine crackers. Yeah. What else? Because you're Irish, so what would the Pope
Bacon and cabbage at Mass every Sunday.
Bacon and cabbage, there you have it. So we just move out of the church and just basically just have Mass in a pub.
Or the pub, yeah.
And what? No, at the Park District.
District?
Just get the grills fired up. The Pope know what I'm talking about. He from Chicago. Fire up the grill at the Park District. He knows.
There we go. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day, guys. Thank you so much. The new Pope is American. What changes to Mass do you think an Irish Pope would make?
No idea. It'd be a laugh.
Yeah. Do you think if the Pope was Irish, he would be drinking all the red wine himself?
Yeah.
No, it'd be Guinness.
The big Guinness on top.
Yeah.
I knew it. Everyone says Guinness on top of you, so he'd just kick the red wine out, and it would no longer be the blood of Christ; it would be the Guinness of Christ.
Yeah.
Where are you guys from?
Leeds.
Leeds. Oh, okay. See you guys. They didn't know anything about fucking the Lord, did they? We're in town. We're gonna ask people if there was an Irish Pope, what would he do? What type of changes to Mass do you think an Irish Pope would make?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
2 3 pints of Guinness here and there.
That's handy.
Oscar Masses. Nice.
Oscar Masses, that's a good one. I like that idea. What do you think he'd change the red wine and crackers to?
Guinness in a spice bag.
Guinness in a spice bag is a great answer. Yourself, what do you think?
Yeah, I prefer Tato now after me Guinness. So I'll go Guinness and Tato, yeah.
Guinness and Tato, that's great. The new Pope is American. Do you think he'd introduce hot dogs to Mass?
No.
I wouldn't take it if you did, anyways.
You wouldn't take it if it was mandatory?
No.
Thanks for your time, guys. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
So, the new Pope is American.
Yeah.
What type of changes to Mass do you think an Irish Pope would make?
More drink involved.
More drink involved, right? So we're currently drinking red wine and eating crackers. What do you think he'd change that to?
Cocktails and
Buzz balls or something.
buzz balls and crackers as well.
Buzz balls and crackers?
Yeah.
Like a Bambino's pizza.
Bambino's pizza and buzz balls.
Buzz ball.
He'd be queuing a while for the Bambinos though, but
Be waiting about 3 hours for that, but it'll be worth it.
I mean, like, if it's for church, Bambinos would probably, they'd bulk make them, right?
yeah, they do it for free, I'd say, for the church.
Yeah.
They'd have to.
And one last question. Do you think if the Pope became Irish, do you think diddling would be mandatory?
Oh, absolutely. Every school would be diddling.
100%.
Every school.
100%.
There would have to be 100% diddling all the way.
Oh, it's basically that now anyway with all the fucking priests.
And an entry exam to become a priest would be...
How fast you can drop your trousers.
There you go. The new Pope is American. What type of changes to Mass do you think an Irish Pope would make?
No clue.
All right, so currently we're drinking red wine and eating crackers. What would an Irish Pope change that to?
Guinness and potatoes.
Stew.
Guinness and stew, you think? At Sunday Mass. I like that idea.
Why not?
Absolutely.
100%, yeah.
Guinness and stew, would you both agree on that?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
All right, Guinness and stew is great. Do you think if the Pope became Irish, that diddling would be mandatory for all priests?
Would what be?
Diddling.
What's
diddling?
It's exactly what you think it is.
Fiddling.
Fiddling? They said diddling.
I did.
You did.
Diddling.
Fiddling, like.
Yeah.
Fiddling, yeah, 100%. Mandatory. All priests across the world has to be fiddling.
To become a priest, you'd have to get diddled.
100%. Yeah, that's the way you have to be. No, what's it called when you get sworn in? You have to do a little fiddle in front of everyone.
Yes, my man. Yeah, that's how you get the collar.
That's how you get the collar, yeah. Stand in line.
You're just a man in black until you get diddled.
Exactly. You get the white collar then officially then after you do a little diddle.
And the new Pope's American. Do you think if he introduced hot dogs to Mass, he'd eat them?
Straight down.
Few glizzies.
Few glizzies. Yeah. What would you take in your hot dog at Mass?
What?
What would you take on your hot dog at Mass?
Well, I don't want to say. Anyway, see me waiting anyway.
The new Pope is American. What type of changes to Mass do you think an Irish Pope would make?
Irish Pope?
In the Mass?
I don't know.
Like Sunday Mass?
Mass is Irish anyway, I don't know.
Well, if we could make it streamline it really Irish, what would an Irish Pope change?
I don't know. Give me
Whiskey instead of wine, maybe. I don't know.
Whiskey instead of wine's good, right? So we're currently drinking red wine and we have crackers. What do you think he'd change that to?
Yeah, whiskey, and then instead of crackers, Brennan's bread, bit of toast.
No, nice, bit of toast. So whiskey and bread.
Yeah, whiskey and bread.
Yeah, I think that'll increase the numbers at Mass, all right.
Yeah, that's true.
And do you think if the Pope became Irish, do you think he'd make diddling mandatory for all priests?
Diddling, yeah, maybe.
I think so. I think he would. Yeah.
Do you think it'd be mandatory for a priest to get diddled to become a priest?
I think so too. That's a good point. Yeah.
To get the collar, you have to get diddled.
Yeah, you have to get diddled. Why even is diddled? Diddle. Yeah. All right.
And then the new Pope is American. Do you think if he introduced hot dogs to Mass, it'd be a success?
No, definitely not in Ireland anyway. Like that's too Americanized. Yeah, we don't roll with that.
Spaghetti bolognese.
An Irish Pope would change it to spaghetti bolognese.
No, how would you deliver that out to people? He'd be...
Yeah, how would you think? Yeah,
come on, Eva Marie. I don't know. A baby Guinness?
A baby Guinness at Mass. Now, that's a beautiful idea.
Yeah. Get everyone going.
That's the thing. Mass numbers are way low, guys.
Yes,
We're talking about getting
boring.
bodies through the door.
Yeah. Okay.
So, baby Guinness is a good idea.
Yeah, it is. Walking in or walking out? Walking in.
Walking in.
Walking
You're sitting
in.
there, you're like,
and
this-
walking
this-
out.
Yeah, you're sitting there, you're
And then
mellow.
instead of communion, you'd get one as well. And instead of communion, brown bread.
Instead of communion, okay,
Treacle
so-
brown bread.
Yeah, very nice.
With a bit of Nutella.
Yeah, Nutella and brown bread. That's actually a nice combination, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like that.
Well, soda bread and Nutella isn't a nice. Toasted. Will they have toasters there?
They can.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. Catherine would also like chicken wings.
Chicken wings?
She's
Are you just
obsessed.
hungry? What are these
obsessed with
questions?
chicken wings.
You're just like spaghetti bolognese, chicken wings. It's like,
Yeah, we literally just came from a three-course meal.
All right, one more question. If the Pope was Irish, do you think diddling for priests would be mandatory?
Diddling?
Yeah.
It's diddling.
It's exactly what you think it is.
Oh. Do I think it would be mandatory for a priest?
Yeah. Just with our history and the whole lot.
Yeah, so he wouldn't like act out of.
He'd know what it feels like, so he wouldn't do it.
Exactly. Yeah. So he wouldn't have any urges that he needs to scratch.
There you go. So here's our findings. Diddling's going to be mandatory at Sunday Mass. Jesus hates women. And we're changing the red wine and the crackers. They're old. They're out. Now it's going to be Guinness, fish and chips, baby Guinness, a spice bag. Who knows? Are you coming to Sunday Mass if they're serving that? Follow me. I have red hair. We're out here in the streets. We're going to get some questions going about the Pope, right? Miss, what do you think about the new Pope?
I'm sorry.
She's my answer.